Well, paraphrasing Mr. Rogers, which is what I seem to want to do every time I grab this and put it on. Howdy, neighbor. Yeah, Jurgen, you're first. Let's see. Get all this set up. Bring you over this way with me. Finally got the software service that we were building delivered, so I don't have to work this weekend, which is great. I was getting tired of the late nights and the early mornings and the long weeks, so but I can say we did an amazing job of getting the software delivered, so there's some pride there to be had. Got a new fire cam. Put it in a little different place. We'll see if it bounces around as much. That'll teach me to not leave the that camera out in the cold. Apparently, it doesn't care for that. This morning, we'll continue working on the project. Possibly get it finished today for my brother and sister-in-law, which are hooks for their pot hanger. Which, you know, I have to figure out what I'm doing about that too yet, but first, you know, one thing at a time. And let's see, this end goes over here. I didn't get the vice cam set up quite yet, so let's see if I can make it work today or if it's going to be a bear. Everything should be charged up, but after sitting idle for a couple of weeks, sometimes things don't work quite out of the box. Turned on just fine, so we're good there. It's got 83% charge, so there's a good chance I can share the whole process of the twisting and the turning and the let's find out. Plug this over here, and it should make the camera start saying that it's being charged. Let's check and see. Yep, it says it's charging. All right. We're ready to start forging something once I get this plugged in. Real quick, we'll switch over to the vise and make sure that camera is doing what it's supposed to. Yep, it's doing what it's supposed to. Good, good. I always do that. And there we go. Now it's ready to display. No, it's not. That doesn't look right. I know what's going on there. It's in the wrong mode. We'll switch that. Try that again. That's better. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Alexis. Morning chat, just pooing in. See y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Don't work too hard. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to look. All right. To the work at hand. The steel's already pre-warmed. Just get it up to forging temperature, grab a hammer. This one. This one will do the trick. So after the last live stream, what, 3 weeks ago now, I went back and inspected the edge of my Hardy tool and decided, here, let's see if we can get a little more light on that. There we go. And decided I didn't like the angle it was at, so I went to something that's closer to 60 degrees so it can hold an edge better. Will you put that to use here in a few minutes? Removing the part of the work of the hook off of the parent stock. We'll see how that new edge works. All right, enough futzing around with the fire. There we go. We'll pull that back a little bit. It's getting a little twisted on me, but I'm going to take corners off. Start to round it. And that twist won't matter. Heat it back up again, dress it, move on to the next step. It basically said, I'll read it to you. It said, "Morning Jack, morning chat, just pooing in." I'm sure he meant popping. She meant popping in to say hi from up here in Colorado. I'd stick around, but got stuff to do. See y'all tomorrow, maybe. Make a tomahawk out of what? Let me see. Quick quiz. Figure out what the temperature is. Well, I can tell you the temperature is such that I started with a jacket. I've removed the jacket. All right. I like it. Start the scroll, warm it up. Got a little bit of a coke cave going on here. Freshly cleaned this all out after the last live stream. I had a visitor. Gave her a piece of dragon snot to take home to her kid. Came straight out of the, then at that point cold coals. Somebody stopping by to buy eggs. There we go. Get that tip to curl right where I want it to. Really pretty scroll going on there. I'm going to give it just a little bit more scroll. And yeah, it's involving a lot of heats here just because it's a very fine, delicate piece that could get burned off real easy, so I don't want to overheat it. All right. There we go. Give it a little brush, and that's done. It's a little twisted, so we're going to warm it up and give it the twist in the direction I wanted it. It's actually, for some reason, I scrolled it along the peak of my stock instead of the flat. We'll get that out of the way. I'm not turning that tool into a hatchet. I need the tool. Yeah, we got a lot of green going on now. It's the snow should be done here. We are in green season. We are in the rainy, sunny season. Great weather for starting trees. We got, can't show you any trees where it's visible here, but we got the fruit trees starting to blossom. Gotta love that. We'll go ahead and get the twisty. And I just need a pair of tongs, all I need for that. I might need 2 pairs though. Yep. Grab a second pair, grab hold, give it a little twist. And now it's lined up on the flat. Simple. Very easy to do when you're dealing with the round area. Otherwise, you end up having a decorative twist. All right, we're going to go ahead and make the first hook. Let's get this further in the fire so I'm heating up the area I want and not burning the area I don't want. There we go. Two deer wading through the snow. Ew. Poor things. Lower my piece in the fire. I've got a decent enough fire going on. Cook up some more coke from the coal that I had stacked on the side. 2 feet of snow. Ick. No, we're in the we're in the period of time where everything starts waking up. I can start seeing green on the, I'm going to say it right, deciferous? Deciferous? That sounds wrong. Anyway, the trees with leaves. Pull this out here. Go, actually put it back in the fire so you can see what I'm doing. Because what's the point of having a live stream if you can't see the work? Well, except for having great conversation, I'll tell you that. So gents, did I mention this last week that I'm having an internal debate about whether I want this live stream to get any bigger or not? I love having you guys here, and I would like to have more Smiths here. We're going to go ahead and switch to Smithy while I chat at you and readjust things. But the question then becomes, if I grow the channel and it grows deciduous, thank you, and it grows in a way that gets random people in here, not just fellow Smiths, and I'm led to believe the way to do that is my least favorite way, which is throw out there some 60-second shorts. But if I do that, then will the community we've been building continue to have fun? And back to the anvil. All right, let's center that a little bit. There we go. All right. And I mean, I started cross-posting to different channels, if you will, different venues. Initially because I thought I want to grow the viewership, share my joy in the art. Then I realized even more important is to make sure that the friends and family that I have that are interested in this see the art. All right, so we're going to go see if I can get this right. It's not hot enough where I want it to bend, so let's get it hotter there and then cool off the tip. There's the sound I was looking for. Airflow, good airflow just sounds different. Okay, cool off the tip. Just back from it a little bit. It's still twisted on me, so there we go. All right, I think at this point I need the wacky, no marky. because I want that to bend just a little bit more at the tip, and I can't cool that off if I want that to happen. So. We're learning the skills of this group are more than we know. All right, bring this back. It is twisting. There we go. Good. Good. In alignment, mostly. All right, we're going to leave it at that for the moment. Get a twist in there and cut it off. Same thing I've been making for the last few live streams. Get 2 more of these done, and then I can switch to a new project, which I'm pretty sure I've decided will be Thomas's bottle opener. In other words, where'd I put him? I know where I put him. It's good to have one out for a sample anyway. There we go. In other words, we'll go ahead and wipe that off, reposition the camera to where it can actually do some good again. And then get it so you can actually see that. There it is. The Curly Q S-hook. Got 2 more of these to make, and then I call it done for the hook part of his pot hanger. Let's see about the size of that hook. We'll open it up just a hair. There we go. Bring it around just a little bit. There we go. It's time for a twist. Get things straightened up so that my twist is something I can look at and make sure I got it where I want it. There we go. Back into the fire. When the sample drops, did I drop the sample? I mean, you drink whenever you want to drink. As a matter of fact, I'm parched. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of water. But as for the rules of the show, we can definitely suggest that I know what it is. So put the sample over there. I would say when the workpiece, what we're really measuring is the case of dropsies that I have. So it seems to make sense that you would indeed It's already sized. All right, good. Was checking that my wrench is sized for the purpose. Haha, there's the work piece, I mean the sample piece on the ground. Got it snagged on a piece of one of my cables here as I was pulling it from where I set it down. All right, I'm gonna set it over here so I can see it. See where I actually put how long I made my twist. All right, I want that twist to go further up than that, so we'll put it back in the fire a little bit. All right. Bring that over here. Clamp it in the vise. Grab my wrench. Hey, my barrel's such that I probably can get away with just shoving my hand in it now and pulling out the wrench that's actually meant for turning. I just realized I'm not actually demonstrating in the right place. Let's go over here to vise. All right. That's starting to look about like the same. About the only problem is it didn't twist very much down here. Let's pull it out of here, and it didn't twist very much at the top. It's got a really nice twist all the rest of the way, so I may heat up a little bit more, or I may not worry about it. Let's pull it out of there and do a comparative study. Sample piece. So yeah, I didn't, this is either going to be a longer one, which really doesn't need to be the case, or I need to see about untwisting up here a little bit and twisting further down here. And that is possible. So let's show how. And worry lines. For me, it's all smile lines. All right. What we do, matter of fact, let's put it back in here. Make sure you guys get to see this, because I know the Smiths here know what this looks like and how this is done. But when the friends and family that don't know anything about smithing come along and are curious about what's going on here, they might as well get to see it. All right. And what you can see is the area I want to twist is hotter than the rest of the area, because I'm not clamping it in the twisted area. I don't want it to hurt my existing twist's beautiful edges. I just want to change the way things are here at the top. And there you go. Oh. Now it's tighter there. And back in line with the flats. Now the really surprising part is I can untwist things. To do that, and we can switch over again and show. Now I've got twists further down. This needs to come around a little bit anyway, so no bigs. It'll actually be something like that, and the twist will be pretty close to where I want it. This one up here, now I'm going to get rid of. Now the tighter the twist, the harder it is to get rid of the twist. But we're talking about at the end where I didn't want it to be twisting anyway. Well, I'm not saying it won't happen. Somebody else asked me about that today. One of my coworkers asked me about that, not today, yesterday, during a social event. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but I will tell you that outfit is all leather, is heavy, and it's hot. And the last thing I also want to do is do anything that could actually injure all that leather. You know, something crazy. I don't think I've ever had a piece of metal fall on me or my leather, but because I'm pretty good about jumping out of the way. But I mean, it does have a cape, so there's a darn good chance. Hey, Steven. Batman's forges. I should do a Halloween live stream sometime, and then I can do it then. And in case you missed that, Stephen, the question was, will we ever see Steampunk Batman do any blacksmithing? All right. Now this one is trickier. Where'd it go? There it is. We'll switch over. Because again, I don't want to grab it anywhere that I could damage. So there's too much heat in it there. We're going to have to take a risk. There we go. Now it should twist where I want it to because I cooled off all the rest of it. Now the question is it too cool now? Yeah. Might be. Nope. There we go. Untwisted. All I was trying to do is get that area there not twisted. So there we go. It's amazing working with metal. I am I'm constantly I don't know, enamored by the way that steel works. And I'm guessing the same would be true for copper or brass or bronze. If I really wanted to, I could back out that twist too. I think I will. Let's see if I can get it done. Even more leather over all that leather? Yeah. Now the real question is, do you want steampunk Batman, which is what you saw the Facebook pictures of, or do you want the what's the other one? The Robin Hood Batman. That one's in the kilt. I posted that one on my, I think the Facebook page that this streams to. If you're not following that, you probably want to, because that's where I can go and actually let folks know if something's come up that's made it so I can't do the live stream. All right. But I think I posted the Robin Hood one that I wore the second day of the convention in a kilt. All right, that should be hot enough to, let's do this again. Over here, the vise, we'll quench down to where I would like it to be straighter. Put it in the vise. You can see the vise starts sucking out the heat like immediately. And what went in also comes out. Now, we've got an interesting twist going on there. I can twist there, and that stops that. There we go. And then a little forging, and it'll be like it was never twisted. There we go. Just crisp up those edges again. And get it hot, make it easier to crisp it up. So, yeah, that's one of the things I love about working in metal is if you don't burn it, you don't cut it off, you don't overwork it, you can often correct your mistakes. Joker. A little jackwhackery. Yeah, there you go. I have to keep that phrase around. All right. Get things straightened out. There we go. Now let's take a look at where we are. Much better. By the time I finish making the other curl the same as the first, a little heat here, it will be perfect. I don't know if you guys can see how great a little heat cave I've got going on in there. And there's the metal matching the color of the cave. Come on out. Give that a little bend around. There we go. Nicey nice. Get the rawhide hammer out here, aka the wacky no marky. Good for straightening things without causing it to change the metal to change dimension. Obviously we're always changing its shape, but to be clear, we don't want it to necessarily change dimension. All right. Now, this is the part where I start playing guesswork, because I haven't gotten totally good at this yet. if I were to add that much hook on the other end, roll it around to about there. Okay, so where it's got some color change there is where I'm going to cut it off, and we're going to see if I overestimate it or not. I'm not taking into account. So I was watching one of the Abana live streams this week. I mean, not live streams, one of the Abana level 2 things this week, talking about making bending forks, and I'm going to end up doing that. Let me just switch over to this. No, I'm not, because I want to show what I'm talking about. Talking about making bending forks and how he estimates, he doesn't do, serious math or anything like that. He does some real basic back of the napkin estimations by thinking about his material as cubes. And if you look, this curly Q is about, in dimension, about a 1/4 inch by, by 1/4 inch tall, 1/4 inch wide, 1/4 inch tall. You also always are losing material to scale and material migration as you work it. Get a little bit of a polish going on here so I can stop looking at the scale that's built up on my pretty scroll. All right. Now, I will say, I know it's not as wide that way, so there's that. So if I take this hook and I start here and I start rolling it around, I know I probably shouldn't take it all the way up to where the color difference is, for sure. As a matter of fact, I should probably pull back by about 1 inch. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what my estimate is. So let's get the beautiful tool I made out. Let's see. I guess it was already at the right focus. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and mark it there. So I can find it again when it's hot and when maybe that color mark isn't there anymore. There we go. Nicely marked all the way around. Okay, into the fire. Hey, Rob. Hey, Roy. Thanks for jumping on. Got my celebrity visit for the day. 300 and I looked yesterday, and you were at 318,000. But I figured by the time that my comment went on there, because I showed up to the live stream as typical, a couple hours late because I'm at work when you're doing those. I figured by the time my comment got seen, you'd be at 319,000. Your channel is growing like mad. Yep, trains going by, tanker cars and coal cars, grain cars, who knows what else. I'm just hoping we don't ever see a derailment right here. That would suck. All right. Find that mark. Make it deeper. Pitch it so that I get the flat side here. I'm jumped off. Got to be careful of that. Put it back in the fire. That's not nearly hot enough to cut off. I should have let it get hotter, but that's a loud train today. Must be a lot going down the long one. A lot of weight. The spot I'm trying to get hot needs to get even further into the fire than I thought. There we go. All right, there. Train's gone. Let's see if we can get that flat side I was looking for. Get the, yep, it's working. I learned something. I'm going to tell you, YouTube, if it weren't for YouTube and folks like Roy, I would never have gotten the skills as fast as I have doing this. It's amazing. There it is. Cut off, nearly flat on this side of the material. I really needed it to be flat. I could, in very short order, just grab a rasp and make it that way. In the meantime, as I anticipated it would, the piece I'm working on hit the ground, and it's now got a taper already started. All I have to do is clean it up. Learning the skills that you don't even think about, like what does it take to properly cut off something with a hot cut. All right, do a little straightening there before hitting it back in the fire again. A little brushing, make sure that I haven't melted anything. Nope, just a little bit of, that one hit the ground. Enjoy your beverage. Try to get the dirt off of here so it doesn't become clinker. All right. Bring this back here where you can see that. There we go. Let me see what I have. Yeah, that's adjusted way too big for that. Let's go here. Back over here. There we go. Nice taper. Take off the corners. Look to see how those corners are looking. Remember that the anvil only does about 40% of the work. And then take it around. That's a pretty round taper right there. Heat it back up, not burn it. All right, so hold on. Oh, that one got killed, so that's good. Have to figure out how to do that. Take coffee pod out before brewing water for tea. I mean, otherwise you're going to have a, what do they call that? There's a name for that. Like a dirty chai or something. All right. Try not to burn up that tiny little tip that I got on there. Just keep checking it, keep checking it. Let's see, did I? No, I didn't. Very good. All right, scroll away from the way the hook is going to go. Yeah, nice, nice. All right, heat it back up again. Not a lot. Delicate stuff. This is where I understand people using a torch instead of a forge. You can see it getting hot. So just the right temperature to stop before it becomes a problem, but I don't have that ability yet. Watching Craigslist to see if I can make that ability happen. All right, that's pretty. Close it up. There we go. All right, nice and pretty. Warm up the other area. And cool that off real quick so I don't accidentally burn it up right out the gate. Fourth egg cracking, oh my gosh. So we have so far hatched 3 healthy turkeys from our one hen who's been laying for the last month or so. About a month, yeah, about a month of laying. And she's telling me that we have a 4th one a-cracking. That's exciting. I don't know what we're gonna do with all these turkeys. We're not the slaughtering type, so we don't mind raising something and giving it to somebody else to slaughter, but I am definitely not a vegan. Nothing against vegans, but all right. I'm just going to start this coming around, and then I'll show you what I did, since I didn't actually ready you for it. We'll go ahead and set that in the fire, let it come up to temp, and as before, demonstrate that effort. All right. I did not expect my wife to be happy about the idea of using my steampunk Batman out by the forge. So now this is even more likely to happen because you got her on board. I set up the fire apparently perfectly today. I've got great cook buildup. All right, let's go ahead and get the wacky no marky out, because I want this to come around. There's the S hook done. But we all know I'm not making an S hook. So we continue that around. And continue that around. And now we need it to offset to the right side, or to be more accurate, to the correct side. I don't know if it's to the right side. It actually is to the left side when I look at it from that angle. Okay, which means let's put it on a corner here, right on the step. And let's get it hot first. Then we'll put it on the step. And make sure you can see the step. Well, I even turned the light on, what little I have here to work with. There we go. That's better. Oh, you're not going to let me do the huge cape. Okay, got it. Yeah, a cape in a Smithy might not be the smartest move. Googly eyes on the anvil. They might get in the way for the kind of thing I'm about to do. So let's see. We come over here. We give it a knock right here to knock it off center. And now, let's see if we can get it to continue coming around the way I want it to. At this point, I can get away with using the hammer, not the other part. There we go. It's coming around good. And it ended up shorter than the other one. Not a big deal. And I need it hotter again so I can finish it around. Make sure I'm not putting the part that could actually burn off real easy down in the fire. I want it up in the fire. There we go. All right, we're almost there. Let's bring it all the way around. Yep. Tighten it up. Come over here. Give it a whack to spread it apart. Let's grab another pair of tongs. Finish the spreading apart. And this one is another one in the books. Come on. Oh, I see. The heat isn't where it needs to be to make it so I can move it out. So let's make that happen. Almond coconut macaroon tea with a dash of coffee, right? Or did you chicken out? All right, pull it that way. There we go. Just had to open that up a bit like that. And now I've learned, easy test for if this is right. Grab the other one, slide it, twist it. Perfect. It's ready. We can put it into the books. I could actually close that up just a hair for prettiness purposes. There we go. Let's make sure it still works. Slide it, twist it. Yep, it'll work. As a matter of fact, not having that stick up quite as high might even be an improvement. I will test that in a minute. In the meantime, let's go ahead and clean this one off. Put away the scrolling tongs here that I used for adjusting that out. Put a wacky, no marky. Won't need that for another minute or two. All right, almost done. All right, wax it. Set that there for a second. Put this over here. Get my block of wax ready. Looks good. Let's go ahead and set it on top of the fire just so we can get it up to 300, 400 degrees. Coffee free this time. Nice. All right, I bet that's hot enough, even though I can't see it. See temperature in that situation. Yep, here we go. Hot enough for it to melt, smoke a little, but not all burn off. Perfect. I don't think there's anybody that probably has been on my channel for any length of time that isn't familiar with the process, but this is just like doing a cast iron skillet, seasoning a cast iron skillet. Goal is to put some oil-based product on there while it's hot enough for it to soak in a little bit. Take off the excess. Don't burn yourself in the process. All right, that one's done. Another curly Q S-hook in the books. Let's get it one more done, and that will be the end of that project. Not that we won't do more of those. We will, because I think it makes sense to put that up on Etsy or something. All right. Now the suspicion that as short as this one is, this length, I'm now down to what? Let me see, where the heck did I put it? I have measuring devices here. There it is. 12 plus another 4. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're about 16 inches at this point left in the stock. About 16 and a half inches. So I suspect it's going to be too hot to hold there. Maybe I'll just grab a glove. Where's the glove? There it is. Wasn't the one I needed anyway. All right. Go. Commuter train. That wasn't hot enough to burn me, but it was dumb of me to grab at it, just so you know. I should have tested it first, and I didn't even think that far. Well, that's going on. Let me see something here. Yeah, that's good shape. I'm going to go ahead and steal the power for that and power my light instead because it's about to die. Oh, I didn't know they didn't have daylight saving time. They're smarter than the rest of us, I suppose. I can't come up with a good reason. Although I have to admit, I still prefer daylight saving time over regular time. All right, let's go ahead and strike while the iron's hot. Turn it around, get that other 10%. Chase it down. We now have something approximating octagonal. Octagonal? All right, looks round to me. Into the fire. Indiana didn't used to. I don't know if they've changed their ways, but when I lived there through high school and family living there and stuff, I'd visit there, and the time change situation was weird. Especially since I was traveling down from Chicago where the time change did happen. All right. All right, there we go. Good amount of coke built up there. Doesn't take a lot when it's this thin stuff. And all I'm doing now is getting it out to a finer point because I wasn't satisfied. And look at that, much prettier. Now I can heat it up and scroll it. As I've heard said before, it doesn't need to be perfect, but if you want it perfect, make it perfect. In the world of blacksmith as a career, though, perfect comes by creating jigs and such. So. Bring that real fine tip in. At first, when I pulled it out of the fire, it didn't look like a real fine tip anymore. That was because of the scale, which will pop off as you work it. Warm it back up again, get the real fine tip tighter. These things do not require real fine tips. They don't even require a scroll on the end. What they require is the ability to slip your pot handle over it, or whatever you're going to hang if you're just going to leave it as an S-hook. The scroll is just something pretty. And if you do put it to a point, it's a way to prevent yourself from being stabbed. So, you know, take that information with you as you will. one of the most amazing things to me is that scrolling is a process more of brushing than anything else. And then cleaning up, because you'll leave hammer marks in your scroll. So then you have to sit there and just do a little bit of cleanup work to take those hammer marks out. That's it. All I'm doing now is getting things more into the round. Now we heat it up and take it the other way. There we go. And let's take a look at the other one. There it is. We have parity. In good shape. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It also doesn't have to always be the exact same size. But the fact that I'm getting it that way means my skills are getting to be better. And that's why I do it. I'm not making the profession out of this. I'm doing it for the joy and for, I mean, just for the joy, really. Anybody who builds up a skill better enjoy the skill they're building up. So that's one side done. Let's go ahead and get the twist in. Put that much further in the fire. We're not going to look at that for a minute. We're going to look at this in a minute. You don't see a lot of flame in this fire at the moment, not because nothing's burning, because there's nothing volatile off-gassing to burn. There's a lot of heat coming out of this thing. Coke has had, when it's fully coked up, it's had a lot of the volatiles burned off. So there are still some flames around the edges, but guarantee you this thing's hot. My face is sweltering. All right, let's get this over here into our vise. Let's not suck away so much heat. There we go. Grab it here. Give it some turns. until I'm happy with the outcome. And now I'm seeing I probably should have started lower on the bar just so I could get those initial twists done. Well, that's easily dealt with too. Go here. We do it again. That's what we do. But then we twist from the other side. Let me get this twist finished so it's square. There we go. Now, let's heat up just the part we're interested in twisting. Won't technically be just that part, but enough, close enough. Let's take a look. Not yet. Good enough. All right, put it in this way. Grab it up here. And twist it around until it's got about the same. Yep, there we go. Make it square. We're good. All right. Do the Roy wipe. Nice, nice. All right. Bring you back to the anvil. Good, good. Now, I think that hook is twisted out just a hair now. Let's take a look. Yep, we need to bring her around. Warm it up, make that happen. Doesn't have to be too hot to be able to do this, so let's do this. Close, real close. Good. Now it's time to curly cue it around. So, let's do this guesswork again. And now I've learned it was a little shorter than I expected. All right, I've got my best guess going on now. Time to grab some tongs. Go ahead and mark where I think it's going to be. Right about there. Come on. There we go. It's ready. Switch to tongs. All right. There we go. So when I'm looking in the fire here, I got tiny little windows between the pieces of coke that lets me actually see the metal come up to the same color, the temperature color. Let's find where I cut it off, where I made my mark. There it is. It lets me know when it's ready to come out and be forged. All right. Now we take it up to the angle. Oh, wrong one. This is the one I want cut more straight for a change. At this point it should, nope, not quite. I'm gonna let it get too cool. I'll get better at this, and then it won't take multiple heats for me to pull this off. Well, it's not the first time I've used something that I've called a hardy tool. It's some of the first times I'm actually using it with technique, not just whacking at things on it. So, having been new to the technique, I'm slow at it, but I am finding that it works just like they said it would. And there's the piece flying off. Let me get it off the plastic before it catches it on fire. Ugh, love that smell. And there it is, fairly flat. Once again, just that technique is, anytime I get one of these new techniques, it's always fun for me. All right, careful not to touch the hot part, because the hot part's hot. All right. And now we've got a good chunk of a taper going on there. I just have to clean it up. Probably with my skills, there's a good chance that there's cold shuts in there, but at no point is there going to be any reason to be concerned about that, considering the worst that'll happen is it'll break off as I work it. I'm going to turn it into a scroll, tiny, tiny scroll, so nothing's going to be living by the putting any stress on that other than me as I work it. So what do you guys think? Do I need to get more subscribers in here? If so, should they be random subscribers, or do we just find a way to get more of the community to come in here? There it is. As Roy was saying when he taught this scroll stuff to me, unknowingly, make a sharp taper, pull back the taper. All right. Come around the other side. Trying to get better at these octagons. Mainly because it's got another skill doing. And then one day, I actually want to do the whole Ibana level series. Warm it up. All that was just it doesn't have to be forging heat for that to work, especially at this small stuff. There we go. And start the scroll towards the hook, the opposite hook. Looks like I got a little twist in here. See if I can get that straightened out. Warm it back up again, continue the scroll. Steampunk Batman challenge? Yes, it would. Yeah, that definitely does happen. Especially if we're talking about Roy's live stream. His live stream is very well attended. Probably because something to do with all the wonderful giveaways he and Jess does. But I think he gets a lot of attention because of that. The chats don't really have conversations in them so much as pick me, and questions for him. So, but I've watched Tinkering with Troy, and those get busy. Of course, Yamez's live streams. Yeah, let's warm that up. It's very pretty and delicate. It's probably going to be the side I keep out. Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and start the hook around. All right. Come over here. We'll grab the wacky, no marky. Feed it there. See if we can get it back in alignment. There we go. Good. We now have a satisfactory S-hook with a really delicate. Matter of fact, let me pull that back just a hair. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Pulled that back a little bit. Now I'm going to look at it for a second. All right, my take is that's the one that's got enough material easily to go around and not get into the... So I think I will actually continue heating that and bring it around. Hey, Possum Sausage Forge. Been following you for a while. Nice to see you jump on here. You did indeed catch one of my live streams. That's awesome. Video editing is hard. And time consuming. Continue that loop around. Actually, might be nice if I actually showed you that. And let's see if I can make that focus in better. There we go. It doesn't have to be that close, for crying out loud, Jack. All right. Looks like my cam link is flaking out again. Yeah, heats really are the part that takes up the most of the time in the live stream, I suspect. That and my yammering. Wow. I probably should have put some water on that. I've got fire where I didn't expect fire, because I have no airflow really to speak of back there. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. Nope. This camera is not happy at that point. Pull this camera back. There we go. Overheated the camera. That's a good hot fire. All right, let's continue this curly cue. Yeah. There we go. Nice, nice. Bring it all the way around. Good, good. Now, the question is, did I just do it to the wrong side again? I did. That's okay, because that's easy fix. We just pull it open again. A little heat first. Put it on the right side. Correct side, that is. And it only matters because I want them consistent for my brother. Left, right, really doesn't matter too much. Hey, Thomas. Thanks for dropping in. All right. Undo my mistake. Twist it around to the other side. Continue the process. Should know by now, based on how easy it is or hard it is to work over the horn, whether I've got it going in the right direction or not. And looking good. All right. And grab the tongs. Give this a little twist, and this one's now done too. Might have to heat it up some more first. Nope, there we go. Make sure it fits. Grabbing one of the others, sliding up, twist. There it is. We're good. It's a capture. And we wire wheel it and wax it. Come back over here. You could look at my silly face for a little bit while I do the wire wheeling. Actually, you know what? It's such riveting content that I think I'll adjust this and do it over here. There we go. If you're going to see, if you're going to have to hear the noise, at least you should know what it is. For the friends and family that stop in to see this live or after the fact, and you wonder what it is I'm doing, the polishing metal that I'm doing, brushing off with this wire wheel, is basically taking off the instant rust that comes of actually the forging process. It's known as forge scale, and it leaves a roughness on the surface. You can see it real well here. Roughness on the surface. That gives you that forged look, but you don't want that scale to be on there because it'd be better to have a smoother surface and then let the wax penetrate. Hey Siri, remind me in an hour to buy a new wire wheel.
Okay.
This one is about done for. Hasn't got the reach anymore. All right. That is done. I'm going to set it on top of the fire. Let it get up to about 300 degrees. 400 maybe. While I get the wax out. It's just beeswax. The reason I use beeswax, if anybody's been wondering, is I wanted something food safe. This is going into a kitchen. It's going to be around foodstuffs. Most of the time I use beeswax, so I don't have to think about whether I need them dealing with something that might end up in somebody's mouth or adjacent to something that goes into somebody's mouth. I've used them for the leafy keyring dangles, mainly because you never know if a mom hands her kids the keys, her baby the keys to chew on when they're teething. Definitely don't need anything toxic in their mouth. That's why I use beeswax. It also leaves a nice patina. And that, Jason, is your set of hooks done. Wipe off the excess. In the process, there's some still on the rag from prior times taking off the excess, so it also puts a little bit more on in various places. That's why you see smoke after I've wiped it. I double it over, I triple it over, I quadruple it over. Almost like folding steel, right? 2 to the whatever number of times it's folded. In case you math folks are out there. And there we go. There's the second one, or otherwise known as the 6th one. So let's go ahead and pull out the full set. Now that they're all done. I know there's one more out here, but where did I put it? One, two, three, four, five. Come out, wherever you are. Oh, there it is. And 6. And none of them identical. I gotta make sure I don't touch the one I just did because it's hot. All right, we'll bring you. Let's see if I can actually get a nice shot of that. That camera just may not be the one to use. Very cool though. Let me grab the actual camera I can use. Slide this here. Get a nice shot of that. For fun, I'm going to set that right there. There we go. A couple of photos taken for Instagram. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Smithy. Give you guys a different angle there to see it from. Nope, there we go. Like that. Yeah. There they are, all done. That set I'll get boxed up and sent off to my brother. That is my first commission. No, I take it back. That's my second. My first was a bunch of these. Little gate hooks, or in this case it was barn door hooks. I need to take these that I've made for myself and put them on my own smithy here. What time have we got? Perfect timing. Oh my gosh. That couldn't have been planned better. All right. I'm gonna do the whole Mr. Rogers change of the of the apron into the sweater. Thank you all for being a part of my neighborhood for the morning. We're not going to go with sweater though. I'm nice and warm. But you can see the new duds my wife got me. This is another fireproof or fire resistant shirt, like welding style shirt from who is it I get all my stuff from? I know who it is. They can sponsor me if they want to. I'm always wearing their stuff. Carhartt, of course. So instead of a plain blue shirt, now I got this pretty checked shirt. Nice, nice. Yeah, my blacksmithing ohana. So instead of my neighborhood, you're my blacksmithing ohana. It's fun. I have an author friend named AJ Scuderi. If you don't know her work and you like science fiction or you like thrillers, you need to go check her out. But she and her family decided to change their name at some point and include the word ohana in their name. And so that was, when I really realized, you can actually make your family. You don't have to be, your blood is not entitled to you, any more than anybody else is. So unless they're the blood you made, that's the only thing I count. After that, it's the ohana you make. And I'm real happy to have you guys be a part of my blacksmith ohana. And so see you. It's a regular Saturday stream. Happens every Saturday unless something comes up. Follow my Facebook page, Jack Pines Blacksmithing, if you want to know when I've gotten interrupted for some reason. You can come back here and watch me every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. That's noon Eastern. Jurgen, you can pipe up and say what it is in your time zone. Paul's not on right now, so I'd have him say what time it is in his time zone. Hey, Eric. I'm doing the wrap up. So yeah, but you didn't miss it because you got to get on here, say howdy, be recognized by the rest of the Blacksmith Ohana, and I really appreciate you coming in here and spending some time with me as I finish this project up for my brother, and enjoy the art of and skill of blacksmithing. Love and light, everybody.